For everyone trying to sit up here and accuse me of colorism because I said that I did not appreciate Remy Ma's diss track and that I felt like her music a lot of times, like the reason why so many people support Remy Ma over Nicki is because Nicki's music is seen as more feminine, girly, all about pink and Barbies and, her rapping in this high pitched cartoon voice. People feel as if because of that, Remy Ma is more raw. And I've heard people say that about Young M.A. And the fact that Young M.A. is a lesbian and she's masked, that has a lot to do with it. But the fact of the matter is, like, because I said this before, like, because Nicki Minaj is more film, like, her music is basically like, it switches from masculine to femininity a lot of times. People don't really like Nicki because they feel as if, she's too soft. She's nothing but a Barbie. Like all she is for her looks and her ass. And she's not a serious rapper. And that's something a lot of people portrayed upon Nicki. Nicki Minaj has never said that she was any of those things. But so many black men and some black women look at Nicki Minaj as nothing but, this pretty face, this rapper who does nothing but talk about her pussy and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying colorism has a lot to do with it because she is light-skinned. But regardless, the same rhetoric they use to put certain women on the top, they also use that to knock them down. And that's not just a light skin issue, it's a dark skinned black women issue as well. Because someone like Foxy Brown, I always kind of found Foxy Brown a little bit too girly, kind of feminine compared to Lil' Kim. So I was never into Foxy Brown. Actually, I was more into Lil' Kim. I didn't really look at Missy Elliott as like this hardcore rapper like Lil' Kim. But it's just, a lot of times niggas ain't gonna take a female rapper seriously if she presents herself like feminine and she's like like this is how like kind of Nicki raps sometimes. And it's not always like that, but I know how people perceive Nicki. But somehow I'm colorist because I said that in one of my blog entries, and suddenly people took that to mean that I'm denying Remy Ma's femininity because Remy Ma is thick, dark-skinned, and has big boobs. First of all, I have nothing against Remy Ma's appearance or anything like that, and I don't know why I have to explain it, because people were trying to ask me, is it because of her being dark-skinned that you feel that she's masculine? And then when I like simply dismissed them, because if you're on a blog that literally says it discusses colorism and light-skin privilege with a photo of Beyonce with a bunch of dark-skinned women, you have no reason to ask me that. But because you wanted to get mad and twist whatever I said, no matter what, to defend a line that basically promotes misogyny war in your fave's diss track, then suddenly, oh, it doesn't matter because I'm colorist. Because now colorism is terrible, it's a sin. Because you couldn't admit that your fave used old school misogyny war to get back at a woman that hasn't really been coming at her like that. Someone who has been proven to be fake. Someone who has went on talk shows, or not talk shows, but she went on radio shows to praise Nicki, to say I have nothing against her. She is an aspiring model for black girls. And then here she is saying because she has fake boobs and a big ass and blonde hair, whatnot, then she's misleading the black girls, causing them to commit suicide or to die for big butts, plastic surgery, but doesn't even know her history, because Kim Kardashian, she's the one that's actually encouraging women to get squats, or like, it's not like if you go on Nicki's pages, you don't even see anything about waist trainers or doing squats or whatnot. But yeah, you go on these Instagram models pages or Kim Kardashian's pages or that Jordan Woods girl's pages, who is biracial and friends with Kylie Jenner, that's all you see. You see these waist trainers, you see how to get a small waist and how to get a big butt. But then you're mad at Nicki Minaj because you assume that her body is fake, which I don't believe it's fake, but I mean, it's whatever. It's not like it's rare for a black girl to have an ass that big. But I guess because it's Nicki Minaj and you don't like her, and because she's a black woman, now y'all want to sit here and raise goalposts and say, a black woman can't have that body naturally. But you don't question Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner. You don't question Khloe Kardashian. You don't question women like Jules or so many of these white Instagram models who just have like this perfect ass waist and this big pert butt, and you're not questioning like, well, how can she get a butt that's symmetrical, because that's not really realistic. But here's Nicki Minaj, who seems to have a perfect body, and you want to attack her because it's more than just her body being fake. It's the fact that a lot of you guys are envious of a black woman. Like, it's not a threat when Kim Kardashian is walking around with a fake butt, but here comes this attractive black girl and y'all want to go in on her and say, that's not realistic for black girls. But yeah, it's Kim Kardashian and all of them telling women of color, girls of color, you got to get a body like us. Because Kim Kardashian even promotes her clothing lines to women of color, girls who are mixed race, girls who are black and dark skinned. But yeah, you're mad at Nicki because she's walking around being herself, and you want to use that in a diss track that wasn't even that good. Because I listened to Sheeter and expected it to be raw, but it was nothing but a 7-minute track of her slut shaming, saying that her butt's fake. And then Remy Ma she wants to sit here and say she will never disrespect a black woman. And here she is with this diss track. And then quite recently, there's a song on Remy Ma's new album talking about your nappy headed weave. And I know Nicki Minaj did say that in the past, but this is 2017. Like, there's no reason for you to say that now, because we're more educated on, like, talking about natural hair, calling our hair nappy. That's completely unacceptable. So there's really no excuse for what Remy is saying and doing today. When you try to bring up the fact, well, Nicki said this in 2012, she said this about Little Kim, but Nicki Minaj has since grown from that. My only issue is that Nicki has not yet apologized. She just kind of like, well, okay, well, I'm for black girls now, so it doesn't matter what I said. I'm not going to apologize. But I just don't like people making stuff up about me. If you don't like what I say, if you don't like my blog, fine. But for people to basically have this hive mentality, or to sick followers on me and to lie about my being colorist, to lie about me being anti-black because you don't like how I respond to certain people who try me all the time. And this isn't just about the Remy Ma situation, but just anytime I'm responding to someone that's trying to piss me off or to rile me up by simple questions that don't seem bad, but is going to make someone mad, because everyone does not answer questions the same way as others. People don't like answering questions like that. So if someone is coming up to me asking a question that is quite controversial, that they know I don't really care to answer, or that they already know the answer to, but they want to see what I'm going to say to get me mad, that's what I am talking about. But like I said, if you don't like the tone of my speech, if you feel like, some things you say you kind of take it too far, that's fine. But half the time people don't even dislike me for things that are true. They make stuff up about me. They tell followers that, and then try to get other people to not like me for whatever reason that is. Maybe because they feel as if I don't cater my blog to black men. Because I said it so many times, like, I'm not here to cater black men. I'm not here to make this about unity when we have so much work to do when it comes to our oppressors, which includes black men. So people see that and say, this girl is a threat. She's not, about unity. She wants to make black men look like the bad guys, or to be on the same level as white people. So we're just going to make stuff up. Like, this is a girl who talks about light skin privilege, and she's dismantling black patriarchy or light skin supremacy, whatever you call it. And we don't like her. So we're just going to make stuff up about her and use an ism when it's convenient. But then we're going to lie about how burnt cockroach isn't an actual colorist slur. It's okay for Cardi B to call a black girl a burnt roach when she makes her mad, but I can't say certain things because, I'm problematic. So that's basically what I have to say about this Remy Ma beef, because Remy Ma has basically been exposed as a liar. Nothing she said in that track was true. Nicki Minaj did not bail her brother out. It was Nicki Minaj's mother who was forced to put up her house for sale. 2 houses, actually. What else? Like, Nicki Minaj never slept with any of the men that Remy said. Like, it's just not true. And for those saying, it's about, lyrics and content, and Remy has it like, oh, whatever happened to is not about lyrics and content, and it's about whether you're a good rapper or not. And I'm not saying that Remy's not a good rapper, because I'll be delusional, but don't act as if Nicki Minaj is not on her level, if not better. That's all I am saying, because to say that Nicki Minaj is a good or not a good rapper is to lie.